Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Konaja here. Welcome back to Formula 1 2018, and welcome to Baku in our McLaren. Baku's always been an interesting race for me, and this one's probably the most interesting because today I have big news. For the very first time, I am recording with a capture card to a different computer. OBS is not running on this computer. There is absolutely nothing going on my gaming PC besides this video game. So hopefully this is the beginning of something great. The beginning of an era without glitches and hitches and ridiculousness. You may also notice I have gotten Track IR back on. So things hopefully are going to be improving from here. Alright, here we go. Out for our first lap in Q1. Hopefully everything's working alright. Please bear with me though, there's a lot to do with setting up this new configuration. So we might have some audio desync, we might get some differing quality, who knows. But in the end, hopefully this is nothing but an improvement for everything. And hopefully it's an improvement for my enjoyment with the game, because there's honestly just no reason to have those hang-ups that we had before. But this is one of the toughest tracks on the F1 calendar, and I desperately need to focus. So there's going to be a lot of head-down focused driving over the course of this weekend. Just trying to kind of get myself a lap in here in Q1, see where we stand. I'll say the McLaren definitely feels more predictable around courses like this than the Haas did, even if it's not necessarily as quick, certainly not as quick down the straightaways. But I've been able to peel so much wing off the thing that I think it might actually be as quick as the Haas was down the straightaways. But obviously you suffer in the turns a little bit for that. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. You just want to put a little concrete right in the bead of the tire. It's good for it. Make sure we get a lap in here before we do anything too crazy. DRS. Yeah, that's doing 345 on the straightaway there. Decent lap. I don't know if it's a lap that would get in, but it's a decent lap. Let me try to investigate where that would stand. Looks like we're gonna have work to do. We are way down the charts, but look how close the times are. We're at 39.7 in 12th, and Alonso's in 6th at a 39.0.
39.7.
All right, going out for another lap. Snipped a little bit of a draft there. Not that it's going to help too much. Oh, wide out of 1. That's not a disaster, though. Pretty nice exit there. 37.8 for Magnussen. I still have a heck of a time seeing around here. Get that concrete in the beads. Yeah, all the colors just get so muddy here for me that I have a really hard time finding braking points, turn-in points, and whatnot. Similar problems as I have at Singapore, but not quite as bad. We're about 4/10 up right now, which is an improvement. But I need more than that. Pushing my luck with the curves. Nice exit there. There's not much I can do as a driver right here. Let it float, and that gets us to 11th as of right now. I again don't know that that's going to be enough, but unfortunately, I did enough practice qualifying runs to know you get one run out of these tires, and that is it. That is definitely it. Alright, well, we might only have Q3 Dreams today, but we'll see.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Kevin Magnussen lines up on pole position, and Kimi Räikkönen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Perez, Esteban Ocon, and Hamilton, Ricciardo, Bottas, Grosjean, and Fernando Alonso. Leclerc, Gasly, Marcus Ericsson, and Stroll, Hülkenberg, Red, Sergei Sirotkin, and Max Verstappen. Sainz and Brendan Hartley rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Alright, I guess that was words of encouragement, but got knocked out in Q1 by, I believe it was 200ths of a second. Very, very close. The entire pack from like 15th, or sorry, from 18th up to 13th were separated by a 10th of a second. So, I probably could have gone out and tried for a third run on another set of tires and maybe gotten in, but at that point I don't even know if it's worth the tire wear, the car wear. So we'll start from, 15th and see what we can do with today. A 26 lap race. We're going to do a one-stopper from the supers to the soft. That to me seems like the wise decision to make. And we'll just see what we can make of it. More than anything, I just want to try and make it to the end of the race because of, well, where we are. Alright. Let me recenter that, and let's get started. Alright, here we go. Just a pleasant afternoon in Baku. So pleasant. Not a great start. Well, we can gain a few into turn one, though. Looks like the Saubers kind of got into each other there. Hi. Oh, I think we cleared him. Oh, he's running. Yikes! Ooh. Kudos to him for keeping off of me, because he sailed it and sailed the curb. I gave him every bit of room I could, but I'm impressed there was no contact there. Alright, well, the start is done. The chaos is over. Now it's time to survive. I need to do everything in my power to just keep the wheels and wings on the car. I might not do a ton of commentary in this race. Luckily, the real F1 race in China was a snoozer, and I didn't see it because I was helping with the Minecraft marathon, so I don't have much to discuss there.
That's a decent start. Good job.
So this race is all about trying to get a result, trying to get to the end of the race, and hoping that the technical side of things are working. Had some teething issues already. This is a nice spread out start, actually. Hey, that was close. Overdriving. I need to back down a bit. Calm it down. That transition from every race competing for wins to being midfield, it's kind of hard to deal with. Like, I have to retrain myself on how to drive and how to change my expectations. This season's more in line with my real life expectations. barely surviving, not thriving. This turn's so easy to overdrive and end up in that wall. You know, just like the rest of them. Really get away from that Sauber, and I'm losing that Toro Rosso. There is no 9th gear. I wish an engineer would have reminded me how many gears I had.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
We get into turn 1 really nicely. That's good for position defense right there. As is this DRS. Oh, he's still going for it though. Very much so going for it.
Caution, caution.
Oh, I wonder if he backed off because of the caution. What's the caution for, by the way? There's somebody stuck on track. It's Hamilton. The Mercedes woes continue in this career. Oof, that puts us P11. Tantalizingly close to points. Deep breaths. Stretch it out a little bit. So tense, like my whole body just aches from trying to get around here. So hard visually for me as well. I just have such a hard time focusing on the track. We're gonna get drafted by here. Although we have DRS. Maybe not. That's what I mean. The car gets into turn 1 very, very well. Closer than I expected. Boy, that's about all I can get into there. I don't want to ever brake later than I just did right there. Honestly, I don't ever want to brake that late into there. Too scary. Who needs VR horror games to be scared? All I need is Baku and F1. Basically a track of jump scares. You know how bad I want that 10th position. Oh, sailed the curve too much. I don't want it that bad. I don't need it that bad. Although a DNF and 11th place pay the same amount of points. Out of the wind into the speed. Not enough room on the inside. I wanted to go for that over-under. Does Leclerc have enough to get up to Gasly is a question. We need him to. We need those two to fight. I need to keep in mind that I'm on a one-stop strategy here, and I need to keep tires on this car for the whole first run. First touch. Didn't even make the scrapey noise. Too much curve there. Getting the run I need to out of there. Well, that field's really slinking together up ahead of us, actually. Everybody's just close enough to be in DRS of each other, causing the whole pack to really draw in. A little bit of a stutter there. I might not be forcing this computer to record anymore, but it doesn't stop the fact that the computer itself is still kind of a potato. And that their game is horrifically optimized. Actually, this game's not even optimized, it's pessimized. Oh, too much curb. I really feel like I'm struggling with the front tires all of a sudden. Perhaps they're hot. I can't even look off the track to look at the wheel to see. No, they're actually pretty cool. I might not be putting enough heat into them. Not working them enough, making them drop out of efficiency range.
We're happy with the current tyre condition. They should last a while yet, so don't worry about them.
Conditions apparently okay.
The gap behind us is 2.7 seconds.
It's a nice comfortable gap back there. Well, we have pitters. Pitter patter. They be going to another set of ultras, I presume. So they're going ultra, ultra, super. Bit wide right there. I feel like I've kind of lost my groove these last few laps. This is a hard track to do a two-stop strategy versus a one-stop because it's so hard to pass. Well, I guess it's really not hard to pass, but if you're in a big group of cars, you really run slow together. That's where the two-stop will hurt you. I feel like that's starting to happen up ahead of us. But that pack's gotten so close together, they're slowing each other up a bit. Allowing me to close that gap in. I don't really remember what lap we were pitting on. This track turns my brain to mush. Being out of their draft has really hurt my times.
Fernando's in for his stop.
So the way to think about this is every position I hold off against them, never mind, they went to softs, looks like. So pretty much everyone is on a one stop. They just tend to pit earlier. interesting. Seems like that fight will be on for 10th, 11th, 12th are very, very close. That one point is going to be very contested, I believe. Pretty sporty lap for me here.
The car behind has come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Softs on the car behind. Okay, clear.
One nice thing is because they're on softs and we're still on good supers, not great, but good, they're not going to be undercutting us too terribly bad. If at all. But they are quicker. Hey, Raikkonen.
Some information on Verstappen.
Ooh, Verstappen out. That could be a position for us. Although he started really far back, so maybe not.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Alright, this DRS will help us. Tow me along, Mr. Ferrari. It seems like those new softs are a little bit better, although comparing a McLaren to a Ferrari, probably not very wise. Why my shifter for fuel modes is not working anymore? I have to like click it multiple times. There we go. Boy, they got away from me in a hurry right there. Oh, that's as much as I want to push the car. It's more than I want to push it, actually. I don't think I managed to even get the DRS range through all that. Pushing each other into the wall. That's getting ugly.
Leclerc's moved into first place.
Interesting. It's the battle for the lead right there. Oh, lucky break. Very lucky break for me. That's going to have those fronts very unhappy.
Okay, keep on him. He might make a mistake.
I think that's a virtue of trying to push a car on old tires as hard as cars on new tires. Because that pack is so clumped together, he ultimately didn't lose a ton of time there. Maybe half a second or so. I think we're going to be pitting not this time, but next time by. Same impression I got.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel.
Ah, I screwed that up bad.
Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
So focused on trying to get a good exit, I screwed up my entry. That's definitely my worst lap of the race. And no DRS. They are punching a little bit of a hole, being 3 wide like that.
Window open. Let's box this lap.
Seems like it's time. Lock the brake lock up. I'm gonna burn the fuel down here. Off to a good start to this lap, actually. Right there, I lost the nose quite a bit. Not too bad. Oh, Vettel's on a two-stop strategy, for sure. Because he's on ultras again. A lot of varying strategy in this race then. I put the pitch and the roll back in the track IR. It doesn't really help me at all, but I think it really helps illustrate to you how much I'm moving. Like how much I'm physically like leaning and pushing into the turns.
Box this lap, please.
Don't have to tell me twice. Make sure he knows. Stay to the left side of the track here. Nice pit entry. For a good stop. We'll go ahead on standard. And we'll see where we stand. I think we're going to be like 13th or 14th, but it'll depend on
Exit now.
second stops.
Leave the pit.
We lost time there to Stroll, who passed us on pit road. Great job, team.
Strategy complete.
You did terrible.
See these tyres through to the end now.
Forgot about that. The Baku shove you onto the track before you're ready. Well, I don't know how this is going to play out. Certainly not everybody's done pitting. But it ain't looking too good for us right now. You might just have to go for the personal victory of didn't crash. Which won't be easy on these soft tires. So much less mechanical grip available to us. I guess we lose a lot of time in that strategy to undercut as well. I'm not sure what the deal was, why it played out so poorly so far. Not a race to go yet. It certainly doesn't seem like we're in position to do anything. And there's cars on pit road now.
Ericsson is stopping now.
That was random useful information. Alright, 13. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. So it'll depend on what the cars, a few cars up from us, do. Are they on one stop? Do their tires start to go off? Do I manage to stop scraping the wall ever?
To the car behind is 5.5 seconds.
Times are starting to improve. Fuel burns off as well. Even though these tires aren't better, the car gets lighter. Certainly seems like we should be able to catch a Williams, but the car has been quicker this weekend. They've been regularly right up there with us, time-wise. So they've got something working on these kinds of tracks. Anybody on pit road? There are! Okay, interesting.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.3 seconds.
Not quite close enough to do anything with them. They're on supers rather than our softs. What I hope is that they're going to gaggle that field up. That's what I need, is a gaggle. I'm just not feeling too sporty on these tires. Well, I think I could get up there into their draft. I believe they would come around for me some. Kind of heavily managing power modes too. That slide it does right in the middle of that turn costs me so much every lap. And I don't know how to avoid it or improve upon it. Starting to see some battles up ahead of us now.
We're trailing our teammate by 5.6 seconds.
Is a pretty big difference. And the difference between points and not points. In this race. As opposed to some other race. I don't know why I bothered saying that. Oh, I'm walking a fine line, pushing this thing around the track. And as I already said, this position and a DNF pay the same amount of points, so I might as well just push the thing as hard as I can. There's nothing to lose but a little bit of pride. I've got to catch Stroll. I've got to get in his draft, or I'm never gonna make it anywhere up the field.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds.
0.8 of a second away from it. I don't think I gained there. And he's just out by himself. He's not going to make any kind of major mistakes. Help me close in. Me making mistakes doesn't help at all. I think it actually unhelps. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a mistake. I pushed it real hard through Castle to try and get something. Again, bad exit there. Not doing us any good. I feel like we've gotten into a little bit of a draft now. See what the gap is. At 1.2, yeah, we closed in. But this is the end of our race. Yep.
Damage to your wing. Damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it.
That's it. That's the end of Baku for us. I'll never get it right. I'll just never get it right. That's too bad. I mean, it was gonna be. It was gonna be. Yeah, it's royally Ukajuk now. Well,
We have to replace that front wing. Box now.
I really think the strategy was off.
Box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap.
We needed to pit earlier or something because we just got undercut so much. It put me in the back on the wrong foot and had to push too hard, and that's how it ended up. Might as well just, to be honest, might as well just retire. There's nothing gonna come out of this race.
It was a tough race at times, but they've held on to take a great victory. And now
Good
it's
job
time
again,
to
Haas.
wind down and celebrate after that fantastic Grand Prix.
Force India has really
Here
come
they
to
come,
life.
your top three, out onto the... And now let's
No,
take
Alonso-
a look at the
Alonso
drivers'
didn't get
standings.
points.
Kevin Magnussen
How'd you manage to
takes
screw
over the
that
lead
up?
in the Drivers' Championship
Stroll
after
beat
that
him.
excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Charles Leclerc, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth.
Oh, wow,
You can be
yeah.
really pleased with that
Great
one.
race.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Haas moved further ahead at the top of the standings. Another team that
down
excelled
two.
today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
I didn't even think about it. Mark your calendars on this date. Williams scored their first ever points in our career playthrough. Good job. Good job. That was a tough one for us, not scoring any points, either one of us. I guess the car just really, it just wasn't working very well. Didn't even make it out of Q3. And then I felt like I had to do what I was doing. I had to be running above my talent threshold to have any chance of scoring points, and I don't think we were going to get there either way. So, DNF or not, it wasn't a good day for us. That stinks. That stinks, but we'll move on and move forward, and I hope you'll join us for that. We'll watch the replay to get us out of here. Baku remains one that I just have to circle as a coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think I did okay last season in Haas, but it doesn't count if it's not a regular distance race, I think. It was a good start and a good first stint. I feel like I'm getting screwed on strategy quite often here, actually. Like, that seems to be a repeating pattern. I think the strategy might have been start on new ultras and go to softs early. I think that was probably the right strategy. I don't think starting on supers was necessary. But maybe I'm wrong. I think there was some kind of something I wanted to look at later in the race, but frankly I don't have the morale to look at it now. It's too bad.